One night with me and you're done, warned the alien princess. Show me, I dared. Princess Vera's talon stabbed toward Cal Rook's chest. Human envoy, step into the throne ring. I invoke the one-night trial. You end the night broken or dead. The court of serrated nobles hissed approval. Their scaled hides gleamed under the vaulted dome, eyes like polished obsidian fixed on him. Cal strode forward without pause. His boots echoed on the polished stone. He crossed the ring's etched boundary. The air thickened with alien musk, predatory, expectant. Vera rose from her throne perch. Taller than him by a head, her lithe frame rippled with coiled muscle. Iridescent scales shifted from sapphire to venom green. You dared challenge my succession claim. Now prove your worth in my lair. One night, my rules, survive and beg mercy. Cal met her gaze, unblinking. He scanned the ring's perimeter. Carved wards glowed faintly, binding fields tradition-locked. Standard containment for trials. The princess circled him. Her tail lashed once. Sign the ledger, worm, bind yourself to defeat. A chamberlain slid the ancient slab forward on hoverpads. Yellowed crystal pages hummed. Ink vines writhed across its surface, ready to etch. Cal gripped the signing stylus. He pressed it firm. No hesitation. The vine coiled around his thumbprint. Light flared. Terms locked. Public stakes. No withdrawal. Outcome binding on throne rights. Vera's eyes narrowed. You signed so quick. No questions. Terms are clear. Cal released the stylus. The ledger sealed with a resonant chime. Echoes rolled through the court. Her challenge now public, irrevocable. The nobles shifted. Whispers rippled. Vera's lips peeled back from fangs. Fool, you'll crawl out pleading. Lord Executor Threx lumbered forward. His bulk dwarfed even her. Armored plates clanked. Princess invokes validly. I authorize seals. He slammed a gauntlet on the ring's outer rim. Containment fields snapped active. Violet barriers hummed to life. Exit arches fused shut. No doors, no shuttles. Cal's path off-world blocked. Threx's voice grated. Human stays contained. Trial enforces isolation. No signals, no aids. Cal tested the field with a finger. It buzzed solid. He nodded once. Expected. Vera smirked. Trapped now. My hunt begins at dusk. Not yet. Cal turned to the protocol master hovering at ledger's edge. Chamberlain Isk clutched his data spire. Beady eyes darted. Chamberlain. Cal's voice cut clean. One witness records, certify it. Isk froze, his frilled neck flared. Witness, tradition allows none. Privacy binds, Article 7, Clause 4. Cal recited flat. Challenger demands neutral recorder for disputed outcomes. Public trial invokes it. The court stilled. Vera's tail stilled mid-lash. Isk's spines wilted. He cross-checked his spire. Screen flickered. He. Quotes true, precedent binds. Threx growled. Irrelevant, trial proceeds. Cal stepped closer to Isk. Certify now or void the ledger. Isk's claws trembled on the spire he tapped. A hollow seal bloomed official. Certified, I record. Vera lunged forward. Her face inches from Cal's. Heat radiated from her scales. Clever trick won't save you. Cal held position, no flinch. Ensures fairness. Her breath washed hot, spiced. Pupils dilated a predator's thrill. Fairness, I break you. Throne ring witnesses all. Threx barked orders. Guards in spiked harnesses ringed tighter. Prepare the princess's lair. Human enters at seal time. Cal glanced at the ledger. Its vines pulsed contract live. Her throne claim now tethered to this night. Loss meant concession. Gain, leverage. Vera retreated to her perch. She lounged, one leg extended, claws flexed. Enjoy your last hours free, human. Dusk falls soon. Cal paced the ring's edge. Fields hummed steady. He cataloged. Air recyclers vented clean, no toxins yet. Stone cool underfoot. Court eyes bored in. Isk hovered near. Spire word logging. Envoy Rook, why demand me? Precedent. Cal didn't elaborate. The chamberlain scuttled back. Nobles murmured louder. Threx shot glares. Vera watched unblinking. Her tail tip twitched rhythmically. Hours ticked. Court thinned to diehards. Shadows lengthened from vault arches. Cal sat cross-legged, centered, breathed even, standard prep. Vera dismissed attendants, her voice sliced. Clear the outer ring, he stays, Threx lingered. Princess, the human twists rules already. Let him, her fangs gleamed. Makes breaking him sweeter. Dusk bled red through view panels. Seals pulsed brighter. Isk approached again, spire glowed. Trial commences at full seal, lair activates. Cal rose smooth. Lead. Vera dropped from throne, landed silent, she gestured. A inner arch irised open, lair mouth, black void beckoned. Enter. Her command lashed. Cal walked in, no glance back. The arch sealed behind, darkness swallowed, but Isk's spire feed linked through, witness active. Vera followed. Her silhouette filled the frame. Claws scraped stone. Court feeds flickered live. Nobles leaned in. Inside, biolum strips ignited. Lair walls pulsed organic, veined, contracting. Central pit yawned. Restraint vines dangled from ceiling. Vera stripped her outer mantle, scales fully bared, muscles flexed. Here human, no rules but mine. Cal stripped his envoy tunic, folded it precise, placed aside. She prowled closer. Strip more, bare all. He complied, methodical, standard exposure protocol. Her eyes roved, pupils blew wide. You hide nothing, nothing to hide. She shoved him toward the pit. Strength crushed. He stumbled but caught balance. Vines snaked down, lashed his wrists, pulled taut. Vera leaped to a ledge, overlooked. Trial starts, endure. First vine struck. Barbed tip grazed his shoulder, stung fire. Cal tensed. Analyzed pattern, swing arc predictable. She laughed low. Scream soon. Second strike, he twisted minimal, avoided full hit. Vera paused, leaned forward. Third, faster, he rolled shoulder. Vine whipped air, her hiss sharpened. Luck ends. Vines multiplied, whipped frenzy. Cal breath steady, timed breaths to swings, dodged core impacts, standard evasion drill. Burns accumulated, skin split, blood trickled, but he held no cry. Vera dropped down, claws raked his chest. Shallow, testing, he locked eyes, silent. She pressed close. Body heat scorched. Yield. No. Her talon traced his jaw, drew bead. Why fight? Contract. Fury flashed. She struck harder, pinned him against wall vines. Pain exploded. Ribs creaked. Cal countered, grabbed her wrist, twisted precise. Joint lock, human standard. She snarled. Broke free with brute force, but recoiled. First crack in her rhythm. Isk's feed captured it. Court gasped through hollow. Vera circled anew, breathing heavier. Tricks won't. Cal yanked free of one vine. Momentum swung him. Foot connected, heel to her thigh. She staggered. Scales rasped. Silence fell in lair. Her eyes widened. He reset stance. Vine strained. Outside, Threx bellowed. Witness logs anomaly. Vera recovered. Charged full. Nails extended lethal. Cal sidestepped. Used her momentum. Slammed elbow into flank. Impact thudded. She hit wall. Vines retracted partial. Trial safeties glitched. No, his pull triggered release claws sustained resistance. She rose snarling, but slower. Court erupted. Feeds shook. Isk's voice pierced. Recorder notes Challenger resists phase 1. Vera lunged again. Cal met it, grappled, forced her back. Her strength waned fraction. Exhaustion or shock, he pinned her arm, held, she bucked, failed. Yield. His question flat. Never. But her voice cracked, vines fully retracted. Lair lights dimmed, phase shift. Isk intoned via feed. Phase 1 complete, human endures. Court stunned silent, Threx roared. Impossible. Vera shoved free, panted, stared at Cal, new light in eyes, wary hunger. Dawn seals hovered untriggered. Cal stood unmarked core, ready. She stepped back, tail coiled defensive. First power hint landed, her trial, his arena now. Threx slammed his fist on the dais, hollow feeds flickered. Hunters escort the intruder to phase 2 chamber, lethal paths active. Armored figures lunged from alcoves. 6 court hunters, claws extended, scales gleaming under lair lights. They formed a cage around Cal, spears crossed at his chest. Cal assessed gaps. 2 paces forward, 1 left, corridors ahead laced with traps, pressure vents, blade grids, null zones. Standard escort meant delay. He chose speed, hunters prodded. Move, softskin, lead hunter snarled. Threx watched from feed, mandibles clicking approval. Cal stepped into the corridor, air hummed, first vent hissed steam. Hunters flanked tight, he dropped low, rolled under spears. Came up behind the rear pair. Claws slashed air. He pivoted, elbow cracked one's knee joint. Hunter crumpled, formation broke. Reform, lead bellowed. They charged. Cal sprinted. Corridors twisted, walls pulsing with biolumens. Blade grid activated ahead, whirring edges spinning. Hunters pursued, spears flew. One grazed his shoulder. Cal ignored sting, leapt grid threshold, timed pulse. Grid slowed on cycle. He vaulted center bar, landed clean. Behind, hunters halted. Grid spun lethal, lead cursed. Bypass protocol? Cal pushed walls, found service ducked. Narrow but human-sized, crawled, heat-singed skin. Echoes of claws scraping stone faded, duct spat him into subchamber. Trial chamber loomed, vast dome, center mark glowing royal blue. Vera waited there, tail lashed. Eyes locked on entry. He emerged ahead of schedule. Feeds caught it. Court hollow screens glitched. Vera's lips curled. Early, impatient prey. She triggered console, gravlock field surged, gravity spiked threefold, air thickened. Cal's boots sank into floor. Hunters burst in late, Threx roared through speakers. Pin him! Field crushed down, Cal's knees buckled, Vero advanced unhindered, her kind adapted to palace fluxes. Humans did not, she circled. Kneel at edge, rulers claim center. Cal breath steady, pressure mounted. Muscles burned, he shifted weight. Tested floor give. Field warped space unevenly, strongest at edges, weakest coreward, engineered for submission. He rocked forward, inch gained, Vera paused. Fight it, break! Sweat beaded, vision blurred, hunters closed net, spears poised. Isk's voice droned from overhead. Recorder notes Gravlock Phase 2 initiation. Cal exhaled, pushed hips low, used momentum, slid foot inward, field resisted, he twisted torso. Second foot followed, centimeters at a time, Vera snarled, upped field intensity. Gravity quadrupled. His arms trembled, but core held. Human frame, dense bones, compact leverage, optimized for variable Gs. She lunged. Claw raked his arm, blood welled, Cal absorbed, rolled shoulder, gained half-meter. Court feeds zoomed, nobles leaned in. Threx gripped thrown arm. He adapts. Hunters stabbed. Cal dodged under pressure, spears bent in field. One hunter slipped, crushed under own weight. Vera halted, watched, hunger flickered in eyes. How? Cal ignored, locked gaze on mark. 10 paces away, field peaked. His spine screamed, but pattern emerged, pulses synced to her console taps. He timed next surge, dropped prone, slid on belly, friction low in flux. Hunters flailed behind, 5 paces, Vera charged, field aided her stride. She towered, nails poised for throat. Cal surged up. Met her mid-leap, grabbed wrist. Used her momentum against field, twisted, she overbalanced. Claws missed by hairs, he shoved, she staggered back, he pressed. 2 paces, 1, field howled, reality bent. Cal's vision tunneled, but Mark glowed, inviting. Vera recovered. Blocked path. Mine! Pushed, her palm hit chest. Force doubled by gravity. Cal bent knees, absorbed, countered with hip check. She yielded ground, he stepped past, foot hit Mark. Center, royal blue flared under boot. Field shattered, console sparked. Lights normalized. Silence crashed. Vera froze, eyes wide, tail limp. Hunters dropped spears, knelt. Isk's voice cracked. Recorder confirms, challenger claims monarch locus, precedent shift. Threx bellowed distant fury, feeds cut. Cal stood center, unmarked but for scratches. Vera stared. Chest heaved, wary hunger deepened, now laced with heat. She stepped closer, voice low. You rewrite my throne. He met her gaze, said nothing. Palace trembled. Lockdown sealed doors, gravity normalized, but power shifted. Hunters parted. Isk approached, stylus hovering. Binding log, human controls phase 2 field. Vera's claws retracted slow. She circled mark edge, tested barrier, repelled. Her field now his, court hollow reignited. Nobles whispered. Threx stormed corridor feeds. Invalid, retract. Cal waited. Vera halted before him. Inches away, scent musky, scales warm. What are you? No answer. He held center. She inhaled sharp, leaned in, lips brushed ear. Trial continues, my rules bend. Isk nodded to console. Phase lights shifted, but slower now. Threx arrived at chamber doors, banged controls. Locked, hunters ignored him. Eyes on Cal, Vera touched mark edge. Fingertips sparked, pulled back. Yours. Silence stretched. Court held breath. Cal shifted weight, ready for next. Threx hammered doors. Open, tradition demands. Vera waved dismissal, turned to Cal. Hunters stand down. They obeyed her, but eyes flicked to him. Isk etched final glyph. Log sealed, human precedent, field mastery via locus claim. She paced perimeter, tail brushed his leg accidental. Paused, no recoil. Cal scanned chamber, pillars etched with past trials. All ended at edges. None center held. Vera stopped, faced him. Phase 3, my hunt, you anchor. He nodded once, her smile sharpened, predatory but edged with pull. Good. Doors groaned. Threx breached out her seal. Princess, yield chamber, she snarled over shoulder. He earned it, hardliner. Cal stepped off mark. Field hummed standby. Tested control console responded. Threx burst in. Hunters blocked him. Escort protocols failed. Logs delete. Isk raised stylus. Precedent binds empire. Rewrite succession codes. Threx lunged at Cal. Spear raised, Cal sidestepped, tripped him into field residue. Lord Executor sprawled, gravity tugged extra. Hunters hauled him up, restrained. Vera laughed low. Witness your enforcer humbled, Threx spat. Soft skin cheats physics, Cal ignored, returned to mark. Field stabilized under boot. She approached again, closer, hand hovered near his chest. Feel it, power hum. Heat built, her eyes locked. Challenge morphed, dominance to draw. Isk cleared feeds. Chamber private, phase 3 initiates. Doors resealed. Threx dragged out bellowing. Alone now, Vera circled tight. You break me next. Cal gripped her wrist, pulled to mark edge. Field parted for her, she stepped on, shared locus. Bodies aligned. Breath synced. Tension coiled new. Her claws grazed neck, not lethal, testing. He held firm, silence fell heavier. Chamber dimmed, phase runes glowed, Vera pressed closer. Empire watches echoes. Cal traced scale ridge, she shivered, no words, only claim. Field pulsed once, sealed them in. Outside, Isk intoned to court. Human reveals adaptive locus dominance. Rules rewrite. Threx silent now, feeds dark. Inside, her tail coiled his leg. Hunger won, Cal claimed more. Low hum-filled pause, Vera's breath steadied. She pulled back fraction, observed him. Scales flushed deeper hue. Cal waited. No push, she nodded. Your arena holds. Rune flared, phase 3 beckoned, but center remained his. Hunters outside knelt permanent. Isk's stylus clicked final, silence absolute. Vera lunged. Her claws hooked Cal's shoulders. She twisted hard. Royal grapple locked in, spine arch first, then tail whip to pin legs. Submission hold crushed challengers in seconds. Scales ground against his skin. Heat poured from her core. Field runes flared red under them. Cal exhaled sharp. Human joints bent where hers locked. He drove elbow into her forearm gap. Single chain, rotate wrist, strip claw hold, countertwist her elbow outward. Her balance shattered. He pivoted low, flipped her mass over his hip. She slammed onto the restraint glyph, face down, arms pinned by her own tail reflex. Field locked her wrists to the mark. Glow bound tight. Vera snarled, thrashed once. Glyph held absolute, no give. Cal knelt over her, knee pressed her spine, controlled pressure, no crush. He traced her jaw scale, forced eye contact. Boundary won, no unasked claws on skin. Acknowledge, she bucked, failed, breath ragged. Soft skin, releases, now, under witness. Cal glanced up, chamber feeds hummed live, Isk's face pressed the crystal pane outside, stylus poised, court echoes broadcast every strain, Vera's tail lashed air, missed. Isk. Record breach, Isk's voice crackled through, neutral. Human sets term, princess responds, binding phase. Cal leaned closer, voice low. Say it or glyph stays. Her scales flushed violet, pupils slit wide. She tested the hold again, wrist bones creaked, no shift. Boundary. Acknowledged, no clause unasked. Cal nodded once. Released knee, stood fluid, field parted for him. He stepped off glyph edge, waited. Vera rose slow, rubbed wrists, eyes burned. One escape, Empire forgets none. She circled anew, slower, claws retracted, deliberate. Field pulsed approval. Phase runes shifted blue, Isk stylus scratched audible. Boundary stamped, trial record binds court, contact yields to human rule. Outside, Threx's roar cut short, muffled by doors. Cal held center mark, breath even, no flex. Standard joint chain, drilled 1,000 reps in 0G sims. Aliens built for raw torque. Humans chained leverage, new category, mechanical precision. Their predator frames locked rigid. His unlocked angles, Vera feinted left, tested air, no commit. You rewrite my hold. Procedure. Cal shifted weight. Foot planted firm, she struck again. Faster, open palm to chest, disrupt balance, follow with tail sweep. Royal variant, meant to drop and mount. Cal caught wrist mid-arc, not grip, redirect. Slid thumb along pressure ridge. Her arm hyperextended natural. He stepped inside guard, shoulder drove her chest back. She stumbled onto glyph edge. Field tugged but didn't bind, she recovered, spun out. Claws flexed open, then curled shut. Boundary held her. Clever chain. Isk intoned louder, feeds amplified. Witness princess honors term, human enforces without breach. Court murmurs leaked through vents. Softskin dictates touch. Throne glyph yields. Vera paused, 2 steps out, chest heaved, tail coiled loose, observed his stance, no rush. Phase demands full trial. Submit or chain again. Cal met gaze. Your move. She exhaled, charged low, both hands wide, feign grapple, slip tail under knee, classic sail finisher. Legs tangled his, she yanked up, aimed to flip him prone. Cal dropped weight first, broke her pull, rolled with momentum. Her tail whipped free. He hooked her ankle joint, twisted precise, popped socket loose without tear. She yelped, dropped to knee. He flowed up, arm bar locked her elbow, gentle torque. Boundary 2, no leg coils without ask, acknowledge. Field hummed warning. Her own glyph glowed beneath. Threatened bind. Vera hissed, strained against bar, scales rasped floor. Isk, null this. Record open. Isk's voice edged excitement, stylus flew. Second boundary proposed, princess yields or glyph claims. Threx pounded door outside. Cheat. Human poisons right. Silence fell inside. Vera's breath synced to his hold pulse. Joint screamed near limit. She nodded sharp. Acknowledged, no coils. Cal released, stepped back. She clutched ankle, flexed it straight. No limp, but caution marked her stalk now. Low hum-filled chamber, feeds word capture, isk cleared throat. Boundaries dual stamped, trial precedent, human dictates contact, empire bound. Vera stood full, rubbed elbow, eyes narrowed to slits, no charge, circling wider. You turn my right to leash. Cal waited center. No words, joint chains stacked. Humans trained disassembly, every angle mapped. Her frame, predictable torque vectors, false assumption, strength trumped mechanics. She tested edge, darted in. Palm strike high, disrupt sight. Follow palm low. Cal ducked minimal, caught both wrists. Crossed them center, pinned to her chest with one hand. Free arm barred her neck from behind, controlled drop to glyph. She hit prone again, arms crossed useless. Tail thrashed wild, then froze. Boundary 2. 3. Cal's voice steady, knee on her flank. No strikes without yield first. Acknowledge. Wrists ground under her own weight. Field runes crept up her scales, binding imminent. Isk leaned to pain. Court hears third boundary. Vera growled deep, body stilled. Acknowledged. Cal held 2 breaths, released, rose clean. She pushed up furious. Scales abraded, stood at mark edge, no enter. Enough chains, you claim right? Your arena held first. Cal traced air between, no touch, paws stretched. Her tail tip flicked uncertainty. 1 beat. Observation only, violet flush deepened. Hunger flickered beneath rage. Isk's stylus clicked final outside. Triple boundary sealed. Phase 3 precedent. Challenger owns contact. Princess submits terms. Empire rewrites. Threx bellowed distant. Court knelt echoes confirmed. Vera stepped forward deliberate. No grapple, palm open. Waited. Yield asked. Cal gripped, pulled her to center. Bodies aligned anew. Tension coiled tighter. Her claws stayed in. Boundary ruled. Field sealed blue. Phase locked. Silence. Threx exploded from his seat. Fist crashed against the dais. Echoes cracked the chamber. Enough games, trial shifts, authority phase, princess command him. Cal stood centered. Vera's grip lingered on his palm. Heat pulsed from her scales. He released first, stepped back 1 mark. Field hummed blue, locked. Vera's eyes snapped to Threx. Tail coiled tight. She straightened. Scales gleamed under lights. Lord Executor invokes right. Challenger faces crown will. Court murmured. Isk's stylus hovered. Pain glowed expectant. Threx pointed. Claw locked on Cal. Kneel now, her word binds. Cal met Vera's gaze. No flinch, bodies still aligned from phase 2. Tension wired between, her breath quickened. Violet flush crept higher, she stepped into command range. Voice dropped octave, scales shivered. Kneel human by lattice right, blood oath compels. Air thickened. Lattice runes ignited along field edges. Golden threads snaked from floor glyphs. Reached for Cal's boots, obedience web keyed to sail line. Empire's crown tech, irresistible pull, threads latched ankles, pressure built. Knees buckled half-inch, Court leaned in, Threx smirked. Cal planted feet wider, muscles locked. Standard interspecies consent protocol, override invoked. Lattice stuttered, gold flickered, threads recoiled. Vera's eyes widened. What? Article 47 Galactic Accord, consent lattice yields to envoy clause, human delegation exempt. Release, runes reversed, gold dissolved to sparks. Field reset blue, clean, Vera staggered back, tail lashed air. Impossible, lattice keyed absolute, Threx roared, leaped dais edge. Lies human tech jam, enforcers seize, guards surged, claws out, Isk raised hand. Stylus flashed. Hold, protocol query active, lattice log publishing. Pane projected lattice code, lines scrolled. Red override stamped, consent protocol 47 GA, envoy immunity confirmed, sail lattice breached, court gasped, nobles shifted, whispers chained. Vera whirled on Isk. Override invalid, bloodline supreme. Isk tapped Pane, voice neutral. Precedent binds, human clause predates empire join. 192 cycles ago, ratified, lattice failsafe triggered, authority phase contested. Threx halted mid-stride, face twisted. Chamberlain. Tradition yields to accord. Isk's eyes flicked to Cal. Challenger proves exemption, court records, human overrides crown tech, phase advantage shifts. Cal stood unmoved. Lattice residue smoked at his feet. Vera circled him slow, claws flexed. Rage boiled violet. But hunger edged deeper. Pupils dilated, she halted front. Close, breath ghosted his neck. You break my throne's heart, how? Cal traced air gap, no touch. Procedure, standard. Threx snarled, paced flank. Switch again, endurance right, Princess drains him dry. One night trial, court buzzed approval, Isk nodded. Right valid, phase 4 intimacy command, Vera dictates terms. Vera's tail brushed Cal's calf, deliberate, scales heated. Accepted, human endures or yields throne claim. Field pulsed violet now, new glyphs bloomed. Scent thickened, pheromones laced air. Her design, Cal assessed. No retreat, bodies inches. Her chest rose fast. Challenge coiled, she gripped his collar, pulled flush, lips brushed ear. Bedchamber links now, kneel there, serve. Lattice remnant hummed faint, but override held. Cal countered grip. Thumb pressed her pulse, steady. Terms reciprocal, consent mutual. Her claws pricked skin, drew bead blood. My right, you break. Field sealed violet, doors iris to inner sanctum, silk draped. Emperor's trial bed loomed center, restraints glowed active. Court watched via panes, Threx grinned, Isk recorded. Vera shoved Cal through, door sealed. Alone, she stripped out her robe, scales bared full, predatory curves, tail whipped. Kneel. Cal circled bed, fingers trailed silk. Protocol holds, no compulsion, she lunged. Tackled low, momentum carried to mattress, pinned him prone. Thighs clamped waist, claws raked shirt shreds. Endure this. Heat slammed, her core ground down, friction ignited, scales slicked sweat. Pheromones drowned senses, Cal bucked hips, reversed, rolled her under. Wrists pinned overhead, one hand. Reciprocal, she arched, growled pleasure rage, tail coiled his thigh, squeezed vice. Mine, he held, free hand traced flank, scales quivered, nipples peaked under palm. Mutual yield. Bed restraint snapped free, lattice linked. Snared her ankles first, pulled taut, Vera thrashed. Failsafe release. Cal pinned tighter, lips claimed neck, bite marked prior phase, renewed pressure, override active, all phases. Restraints locked her spread. His weight centered, thrust tested, she bucked wild. Claws scored back, blood welled, pains outside flared, court saw, Threx bellowed. Cheat, interrupt, Isk blocked. Trial sealed, intimacy phase live, precedent locks. Inside, Vera panted, eyes locked his. Human, procedure breaks everything, Cal drove deeper. Controlled rhythm, her body betrayed, scales flushed crimson, core clenched. Yield terms, she crested first, roar shattered silence, body convulsed, restraints creaked, he followed, held peak, released wrists, she clutched, claws dug hold, paws fell, breath synced. Her tail loosened, wrapped gentle, bed hummed, phase clock ticked, not done, Vera pushed up, straddled renewed, scales glistened. Again, prove lasting, Cal gripped hips, guided. Endurance mutual. Hours blurred, positions shifted. Her commands twisted his, restraints swapped. Lattice flickered overrides each time. Outside, Threx paced, fist clenched. She breaks him, must. Isk's pain scrolled data. Vital signs, human ascends, princess plateaus. Court nobles edged seats. Whispers turned awe. Sanctum, Vera collapsed flank, sweat slick. Tail draped his leg. Throne, needs this. Cal traced spine, no words, procedure held, she rose final, pulled him vertical, against wall, legs wrapped waist, drove frantic. Command you, kneel after. Climax chained, dual peaks. She screamed empire name, he silent, locked eyes. Restraints dissolved, field violet faded blue, door irised, Isk entered stylus first. Phase 4 sealed, metrics, challenger exceeds, lattice overrides tripled, precedent human consent voids royal compulsion. Threx stormed in. Lies, she commanded, Vera slid down. Leaned Cal's chest, scales cooled. He, endured, rewrote. Isk projected finals, curves spiked human peak, princess secondary. Empire rule amends, challenger claims veto on lattice rights, throne succession contested. Court knelt outer, silence spread, Threx glared, defeated. Vera's hand found Cal's, squeezed. No release, field hummed expectant, phase 5 loomed, quiet held. Princess Vera slammed her claw into the sanctum console, seals hissed shut. Violet fields locked the chamber, audience feeds blacked out. No eyes, no records, her rules now. Cal watched her scales flare crimson. He tapped his wrist cuff. Lattice interface powered down. Hum died, gauntlet unclasped, folded aside. He sat cross-legged on the pressure mat, hands open, palms up, 2 feet from her strike range. No barriers, no flight. Vera's tail coiled tight. She circled once. Claws scraped stone, drew her oath blade, edge sang free, leaned in, kissed the flat, her lips split, blood-beaded sapphire, pressed steel to his jugular, cold kiss, one twitch, his end. Surrender, human, yield the claim, private. Throne untouched. Cal held her gaze, pupils slitted wide, her breath scaled hot across his face. Pheromones thickened air, thick musk, dominance haze, he inhaled steady, no flinch. One condition, blade nicked, warm trickled down his collarbone. Speak fast. No precedent. Her dominance musk inverted, sweetened, addictive pull. She froze, blade hand quivered, he extended his hand, open, steady. No bargain, condition set, silence dropped, her scales dulled teal. Pheromone haze choked the air, she stared at his palm, tail tip twitched uncertain. Blade hovered, one beat, two, uncertainty cracked her stance. Vera snarled, dropped the blade, clattered stone. Claws seized his shirt, yanked him up, mouth crashed his, fangs nipped, taste mingled, red on sapphire, his chem surged deeper. She growled into the kiss. Pushed him back, wall met spine. Cal gripped her waist, scaled hips firm, guided her twist, no resistance. Her claws raked his chest, shirt shredded, skin bared, she inhaled his scent, neck buried, shudder rippled her frame. Poison, yours. He spun them, controlled fall. Matt caught, she straddled, tail wrapped his thigh. Lock, claws pinned shoulders, rolled hips, test dominance. His hand slid her spine ridge, pressed nerve cluster. She arched, gasp escaped. Chem feedback looped, her receptors locked on. Pleasure chained, Vera drove down, friction sparked. Scales parted fabric, his body answered, steady rhythm, no rush, she clawed deeper. Break, now. Rolled atop, wrists pinned hers. Biochem dominance peaked, her pupils blue black, muscles slackened, tail loosened. Condition, yours. Claws flexed useless, more. Peak chained hers higher. Vera collapsed, flank to flank, chest heaved, tail draped limp. Claw traced his arm, no strength. Throne, yours to claim. Cal rose, pulled her vertical against console, legs wrapped waist, final drive, her nails dug back. Seal it. Nobles gaped out her ring. Vera slid down, leaned his chest, scales cooled violet, tapped console, voice amplified. Challenger claims veto, human proof binds succession, Empire amends. Isk's pain flared, metrics spiked. Phase 5, Challenger induces biochemical lock. Princess yields voluntary. Precedent, human physiology voids royal oath compel. Threx lunged. False private. Vera's claw snapped forward. She pressed the signet blade against Cal's chest. Crimson sap dripped. The consummation claim right ignited. Hologlyphs flared across his skin, throne's mark, property sealed. Empire feed broadcast the bind. Nobles hissed approval. Isk's stylus etched the verdict. Cal's hand clamped her wrist. He twisted once. Blade reversed, pierced her palm instead, her signet locked into his flesh. Witness imprint triggered, fields reversed polarity, glyphs crawled back, branded her scales now, throne's claim flipped. He held her gaze. Mine, she froze, tail coiled tight, scales flushed crimson. Impossible, right binds challengers. Her voice cracked, protocol pain glitched, Isk's eyes widened. Reversal protocol invoked, human sync imprints air's signet, precedent null, Threx roared. Door panels shattered. Guards surged in, spears leveled, Lord Executor's crest glowed fury red. Seize the outsider, throne unbound, boots thundered, spears hummed charge, Cal released her wrist, stepped forward. Vera's branded hand trembled at her side, he faced Threx. Voice level, stand down, Succession Law Article 47, witness reversal enforces on all enforcers. Isk's console pinged confirmation, feed locked the order, guards halted, spears dipped. Threx's mandibles clicked rage. Lies no human knows, Cal cut him. Recorded. Protocol binds you. He tapped his branded chest, her glyph pulsed there. Empire lattice echoed the bind. Guards knelt, weapons clattered, Vera sank to one knee, branded palm pressed floor. Claim, accepted. Her tail dragged limp. Crimson faded to violet submission. Quiet fell, Cal scanned the chamber. Guards' heads bowed, Threx's fists unclenched. Isk's stylus hovered still. He crossed to the console, activated override, lattice feed widened. Outer ring nobles stared, whispers choked dead. One beat passed, Vera's breath steadied. She rose slow, leaned into him. Claw traced his arm, gentle now, no words, just pressure. His Threx shifted. Eyes darted to guards, no move came, Isk cleared his throat. Metrics finalize, Empire succession amends, human veto permanent. Cal nodded once, turned from them all. Her hand found his again, squeezed. Silence gripped the throne room. Vera pulled him toward the inner dais, away from eyes, scales brushed his side, heat lingered. You rewrote us. Whisper only for him, he didn't answer. Let her lead. Chamber doors sealed behind. Guards remained knelt. Threx stared at the floor, pace slowed. Her steps matched his, no rush, brand on her palm itched faint, she flexed fingers, watched him sidelong, uncertainty flickered, then yielded. Isk's voice echoed faint through panels. Precedent binds. All courts notified. Final escalation brewed, Threx rose, fists balled anew. This voids the line, guards stirred, spears twitched up, Cal spun, one word, enforce. His branded chest glowed, her glyph commanded them, spears slammed down, Threx staggered back, hit wall. Noble's outer ring gasped feet wide. Vera's tail wrapped his leg, locked tight. They obey you. Control absolute, Threx slumped. Guards formed wall between him and Lord Executor. Isk sealed the record, she pressed close, lips brushed his ear. Throne yields. Quiet compliance spread, no words left. Empire held breath. Cal gripped the certified record crystal, its edges bit into his palm. He strode forward, Vera matched his pace. Her tail uncoiled from his leg, slid away. Throne ring loomed ahead. Imperial dais waited under the vaulted spines. Threx lunged from the wall. Halt, that record voids nothing. Guards shifted, spears angled. Cal didn't break stride, placed the crystal dead center on the dais. Glow ignited, hollow projections flared, metrics scrolled, unassailable. Chamberlain Isk stepped up, eyes locked on the display, voice boomed through amplifiers. Precedent binds, trial of one night concluded, challengers' conditions integrate, human veto embeds in succession code. Isk tapped the dais, seals locked. Empire-wide feeds captured every pulse. Court nobles froze, then dropped. One knee hit stone, ripples spread, outer rings followed, Threx's fists unclenched. He sank with them, no denial rose. Vera stood beside Cal, silent. Shoulder brushed his, heat radiated. Empire feeds zoomed. Billions watched, waited for her voice, her denial. None came. Cal scanned the room, absolute. Guards formed a perimeter, no gaps. Isk bowed low. Authority transfers. Cal Rook's conditions govern throne claims henceforth. Crystal hummed. New law etched into core archives. Threx lifted his head. Eyes widened. This rewrites the line. Realization hit, no fight left. He bowed deeper, face to floor. Vera's hand found Cal's wrist. Fingers tightened, not pull, hold. She leaned in, breath warm on his neck. No words, compliance sealed. Dais light pulsed once. Final, silence fell, crystal dimmed. Court held kneel, feeds cut to black. Empire rewrote itself. Cal turned from the dais. Vera followed, no resistance. Doors parted. They stepped through. Inner chambers sealed behind. Her scales shivered, pressed closer. Tail brushed his calf, light, intent, he stopped, faced her. Hand cupped her jaw, thumb traced fang line, she held still, eyes locked, yielded, throne ring echoed empty, Isk's voice faded. All courts notified, precedent eternal. Cal released her jaw, walked on, she matched, hand in his, silence followed. Crystal's glow had pierced every assumption. Cal felt it in the air, protocol bent to his metrics, not force, not combat, institutional lock. Empire's own rules turned weapon, his standard procedure. They're unraveling. Vera's grip tightened, pulled him into Shadowhall, away from lingering eyes. You embedded it. Whisper sharp, no question. He didn't answer, kept walking, her steps quickened. Matched, palace veins branched, guards saluted, branded chests flickered in sync. Threx's shout echoed faint. Isk challenged the seal, dismissed. Guards blocked him. Cal entered the air's sanctum. Vera shut the vault door, locked, alone now. She circled him, tail flicked, scales gleamed under lowlights. You hold the veto. Her claws grazed his arm, test. Throne passes only through your word. He caught her wrist, held firm. Conditions met, precedent binds. Eyes narrowed, then softened. She pressed forward, body aligned, heat built. I yield as trial demanded. Lips met his, fangs nicked, blood taste mingled, her hands roamed. Claimed ground, he countered, pinned her to wall, dominance shifted. Mutual, breath synced, scales parted under his touch. She arched, no fight, partnership forged, sanctum hummed. Outer world knelt, crystal's law spread, veto permanent, succession chained. Threx pounded doors far off. Muffled, futile, Cal pulled back, watched her, chest rose fell, marked, his she smiled, fangs flashed. Empire is yours to shape. Silence answered, hand intertwined, they stood, unbroken. Court feeds reignited, Isk's face filled screens. Amendment ratified, human conditions supreme. All challengers submit to Cal Rook's veto. Nobles rose slow. Eyes down, Threx stood last. Stumbled, no words. Vera watched the projection. Beside Cal, tail looped his waist. Locked, he placed arm around her, claimed. She leaned in. No denial, crystal on dais pulsed final confirmation. Law rewritten, human hand eternal. Empire exhaled, knelt anew. Cal turned away, Vera with him, steps echoed, fade to quiet. Inner dais waited empty. Cal approached, placed palm on throne interface. Glow matched his brand. Access granted. New category unlocked. Command Nexus, not just veto, core control. Vera inhaled sharp. The Nexus yields to, he nodded once. Interface bloomed, fleet keys, trade locks, succession vaults, all open. Isk's voice intruded. Lord Rook, confirmation. Seal it, Cal's word transmitted. Empire-wide, Threx's feed flickered, face ashen. Impossible, Nexus never, cut off. Guards dragged him, silence enforced. Vera knelt beside throne, hand on his boot. Command us. Court projection showed it, all knelt, feeds captured. Legend born, Cal sat, throne molded, perfect fit. Vera rose, took place at side, air position. His now Empire held breath, no denial came, quiet spread, absolute. Sanctum lights dimmed, Vera traced his brand, fingers lingered. You planned the precedent. Cal pulled her down onto furs. Procedure. She laughed low, body yielded, romance sealed in dominance, enemies lovers, power balanced. Outside, Isk recorded. Precedent eternal, human rule begins. Threx chained, silent. Crystal hummed faint, dais empty. Cal held her. Empire waited, silence reigned. Throne ring cleared, Cal walked Vera center, placed crystal. Isk recited, court knelt. She stood silent, control locked. Threx realized, bowed, doors sealed, fade. Her whisper, yours. No answer needed, silence perfect. Empire remade. Vera's eyes met his, held complied end.